I thought I was eating clean, whole grains, raw salads, high fiber, everything. But the more I tried to be healthy, the more bloated, sluggish, and uncomfortable I felt. What I thought was healing was quietly harming my gut. Many seniors follow diets they believe are good for digestion, but after 60, the gut changes. Enzyme production slows, motility weakens, and even healthy foods can backfire. In this video, we'll uncover why your gut may be reacting this way, and how one small shift can bring comfort back. 1. Hidden gut, inflammation from healthy foods. For most of her life, Linda thought she was doing the right thing. She started every morning with raw vegetables in her smoothie. She chose whole grain cereal over white toast. She skipped red meat and opted for big salads at lunch. And yet, her gut never felt calm. By age 67, bloating had become her norm. Gas, irregular bowels, and an odd tightness in her lower belly that seemed to arrive after every meal, even the healthy ones. She blamed stress, or age, or maybe the tomatoes. But the problem wasn't the food itself. It was her gut's ability to handle it. According to a 2024 review by Cedars-Sinai's Center for Digestive Health, many seniors experience a 30 to 40% decline in the enzymes that break down raw fiber and resistant starches. As these foods ferment undigested, they feed the wrong bacteria, triggering inflammation, not nourishment. The worst part? These good foods feel like betrayal. Broccoli, kale, lentils, even too many raw carrots. They're all healthy, on paper. But for a gut over 60, they can act like tiny splinters in soft tissue, rough, slow-moving, and inflammatory. Dr. Roshini Raj, a gastroenterologist at NYU, calls this invisible fiber trauma and warns that seniors with an already imbalanced microbiome may be unknowingly fueling the very discomfort they're trying to heal. So, what do you do when healthy hurts? The first step is not to blame yourself or the broccoli. It's to understand that your digestive lining changes with time. It becomes thinner, more sensitive, and less forgiving of unsoftened plant fiber, soft steaming instead of raw, smaller portions, slower chewing, pairing vegetables with a bit of olive oil to ease absorption. These gentle shifts don't give up on health. They adjust it to your body's new language. Have you ever noticed that some meals leave you light and comfortable, while others, even when nutritious, seem to sit heavy or cause gas? That pattern isn't random. It's your gut speaking, and it deserves to be heard. 2. The real cause, gut diversity loss. After 60. When George turned 65, something strange happened. He didn't change his diet. He didn't stop walking every morning, and yet his digestion changed, quietly, stubbornly. Foods he used to tolerate now left him bloated for hours. A glass of milk, cramps, his favorite lentil soup, bloating, whole grain toast, flatulence by noon. He assumed it was aging, but not in the way science understands it today. The real culprit was inside him, a silent erosion of gut microbial diversity. In a study published by Nature Medicine, 2021, researchers found that seniors with high microbiome diversity lived longer, had stronger immune responses, and experienced fewer gastrointestinal issues. Yet, by the time we reach 60, our gut may have already lost over 30% of its beneficial species due to stress, antibiotics, ultra-processed foods from earlier decades, and low dietary variety. Imagine your gut as a vibrant forest. In youth, it's lush. With many species of trees, fungi, birds, everything balances. But over time, logging and drought chip away at that balance. Suddenly, one plant, let's say bacteria that thrive on sugar or starch, takes over. And the good ones, the ones that help you digest veggies or calm inflammation, they vanish. This shift doesn't just make digestion harder, it also makes the gut wall leakier, according to a 2022 study from the University of Michigan. As bad bacteria grow unchecked, they can weaken the tight junctions in your intestinal lining, allowing food particles and toxins to seep into your bloodstream. The result? Inflammation, fatigue, foggy thinking, and yes, bloating. But there's hope. Diversity can be rebuilt, not through drastic diets, but gentle addition. Introducing small amounts of diverse, plant-based prebiotics like cooked onions, leeks, asparagus, and artichokes. These foods nourish the beneficial strains that age may have pushed into silence. And it's not just food. Stress management, nature exposure, and even social connection all subtly influence microbial harmony. Here's something to reflect on. Have you ever felt like your gut has changed in recent years? That what once worked no longer feels right? That's not in your head. That's your internal forest asking for restoration. Let's listen. 3. Morning lemon, hydration to calm your digestive fire. Every morning, before her feet even touched the floor, Margaret felt it. A tightness in her lower belly, a heaviness that crept in overnight. No matter how clean her meals were, her gut seemed to stall until midday, like a fire waiting for someone to strike the match. What she didn't know was that her digestive fire had grown dim. By age 60, it's estimated that over 40% of adults experience reduced stomach acid production, a condition known as hypochlorhydria, American Journal of Gastroenterology, 2021. Without strong enough acid in the stomach, even gentle foods can ferment and bloat rather than break down. This is where a simple ritual, warm lemon water, becomes powerful. Just 8 to 10 ounces of warm water with a squeeze of half a lemon, sipped slowly 10 to 15 minutes before breakfast, can signal your stomach to begin secreting acid again. The citric acid in lemon mimics the body's own gastric triggers, gently stimulating digestion without overwhelming a sensitive gut. But it does more than that. This hydration primes the digestive tract like rainfall in a dry field. It awakens peristalsis, the natural wave-like muscle contractions that move food along the intestines. And because it's warm, not cold, it soothes rather than shocks the gut lining. In a 2022 Japanese study from the Kyoto Institute of Health, participants over 60 who practiced morning hydration with lemon saw improvements in bowel regularity, reduced bloating, and a 16% improvement in nutrient absorption markers after just 4 weeks. Margaret began her lemon ritual out of desperation, but it quickly became devotion. She noticed her appetite felt steadier, her belly flatter, her morning fog lighter. And most of all, she began to trust her body again. It's small but sacred, a signal to the body. I'm listening, I'm supporting you, I'm ready to digest this day. Have you ever tried drinking something warm before breakfast? How did your body respond? If you've been waking with discomfort, try the lemon ritual for just 5 days. No fancy tools, no supplements. Just warmth, water, and a gentle start. Sometimes healing begins with a single sip. 4. Shift to cooked veggies and fermented add-ons. Before retirement, Carlos was known for his raw kale obsession. He juiced it, blended it, ate it straight out of the bowl with a splash of olive oil. It made him feel clean, strong, like he was doing something right. But after turning 70, his gut started whispering, then complaining, then shouting, gas, cramping, a heaviness that stayed all day. That's when his daughter, a nutritionist, shared something that changed everything. Kale isn't bad, she said, but your gut's not the same jungle it used to be. As we age, our digestive enzymes decline, especially those that help break down raw fiber and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and kale. A 2023 study from the European Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who cooked their vegetables, even just lightly, had 27% fewer reports of gas and bloating compared to those who ate them raw. Heat does something magical. It pre-digests. It breaks down tough plant cell walls. It softens insoluble fiber. It calms the plant's defense compounds, like oxalates and goitrogens that can irritate a sensitive stomach. And when paired with fermented foods, like a spoon of sauerkraut, kimchi, or kefir, the gut receives not just easier food, but friendly bacteria to support the whole process. Carlos began gently sautéing his spinach in olive oil with garlic, roasting his carrots with cumin, adding a tablespoon of homemade fermented cabbage to his lunch plate. Nothing dramatic, but within 2 weeks the difference was undeniable. His belly softened, his energy returned. His afternoon walks no longer ended with discomfort. The combination of cooked fiber and live cultures helped reseed and soothe his inner ecosystem. Think of your gut like a garden. In your 30s, it could handle wild plants and rocky soil. But after 60, it needs tending. Rich compost, soft sprouts, careful watering. Cooked veggies and fermented foods aren't a restriction. They're a way of returning to what your body now honors. Have you ever felt worse after eating something healthy and raw? What would happen if you gave your gut a softer path? Try it for a week. Steam instead of shred. Warm instead of chill. Spoon in something living. You might find your body saying, finally, thank you. Leonard truly believed he was eating healthy. Like many others seeking wellness after 60, he avoided eggs, skipped fats, switched to nut milks, and trusted every gut-friendly label on the shelf. But slowly, his body began to speak, not through dramatic pain, but with quiet signals. Persistent bloating, heaviness after meals, sluggish mornings. When he finally paused to listen, not to headlines, but to his own biology, Leonard realized something profound. His aging body didn't need trends, it needed trust. Whole eggs, real unprocessed foods, ancient herbs, warm water rituals. They weren't magic pills, but day by day, they helped restore something deeper, a relationship with his gut he had forgotten how to honor. If you're watching this and nodding, perhaps your body is whispering too. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Just begin with one gentle choice. Try a whole egg with breakfast, slowly, mindfully. Add a few ginger slices to your warm post-lunch drink. Look at your food and ask, is this nourishing me or just an idea of health? Because your gut, even at 60 or 70, is still listening. It still wants to heal. Have you ever been surprised by a healthy food making you feel worse? Drop a comment below. Your story might be the encouragement someone else needs today. And if this video brought you even a moment of clarity or peace, consider subscribing. Each week, we bring small, science-backed ways to restore comfort, trust, and joy in your aging body. Healing isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it starts with a soft yes, and one small change at a time.